What is up, guys? Zach from Omega here, coming to you with another war recap. This one being against some Chinese clan. I think their name was Snow Wolf Eagle, if I'm not mistaken. I looked it up a second ago. And yeah, it was a pretty good war. They obviously were more of a 2-star clan, if we're being honest. I mean, they took out all our 10s and 11s, got them all 2-star. Did have one Town Hall 10 triple as well. But, you know, did have a lot of the 9s that weren't cleared. Actually, pretty much all of them that they didn't clear, which was, you know, obviously the difference in the war. That being said, we did clear all the Town Hall 9s, didn't have any dips, and I'll go over the full stats later, but, you know, it was a good war for us. Actually going to go and start off the recap now with a Town Hall 11 triple, which is something that we don't often see, but, you know, it is something that is nice to get, right? So we have Exit going in here. And he's basically going to do an attack similar to what I like to do, which is a Queen Walk and mass Valks with healers on them, right? And he tries to wall breaker the Queen in right there. Unfortunately, he does have a wall breaker fail, and because of that, it doesn't end up screwing him over completely. But he was really just hoping all the Valks went to the core, but excuse me, unfortunately, they're not able to, and he does have Hogs in his CC as well. The Valks are pushing all to the core right here, taking out these Inferno Towers, the Eagle, and the backside Inferno pretty quickly. They do kind of lag a little bit instead of going to that back Inferno, but luckily they do get it down in time as the healers are able to get them back healed up to go to the rest of this base. As you can see, they are going to path through really nicely here, and then the CC Hogs are going to come in once they're fully tanked. Probably a little bit late on that. It does have a heal for them for the Hogs as well, as they're basically going to take out the entire east side of this base as the Valks are pushing through with these healers. They really did a good job of staying together when they're coming through this wall. You can see there's like probably 6 or 7 Valks in that little pocket right there, and with the healers on them, they're going to be able to push the rest of this base really easily here. Another surprising thing is that the Hound didn't go down. Alright, so most likely in his plan he wanted the Queen to be over on the side and kind of ignoring the core because of the Hound's CC. But fortunately, the Queen, even though she went to the middle, never saw the Hound, never shot at it. The Hound never popped, and that's really going to help him out as everything is moving around the base here. Those last Valks are going to come through. Did lose those Hogs and wasn't actually able to push as far as he probably wanted to that southeast compartment, but luckily he has enough Valks and his hero is still alive right here to be able to get the rest of this base taken down, as the Queen is doing what she does best, which is just randomly hitting a wall. But, you know, very nice raid to Exit. Oh, actually one more building, so go get that, Queen. Good job. Very nice raid, though, Exit. Good stuff, good stuff. Next attack, we're going to come down to number 6, where we have DeQuan Kush doing a little Queen Walk VaHo sort of thing. And you can see here, he's going to start his Queen up here on the north side and basically just let her take out all these buildings and make a good funnel for his Valks right here, as she does actually come around. I'm not positive if he wanted her to do that. I'm going to say no, but you know, it probably ends up helping him out, to be honest, because that actually enables him to bring his Valks and his Queen in at the same point, instead of just having her make that funnel up there. So, you know, very, very good job that it happened, but, you know, a little bit fortunate for sure. Does lose a lot of the healers right there to, or not losing them, but losing a lot of their health to the Wizard Tower. Luckily, the Queen's going to bust through as the Valks actually go in with her, which is probably what he adjusted to. And going to get that jump down. That's going to open up that eastern Inferno Tower, as the Queen is going to take out the CC right here, which he most likely was planning on luring. Fortunately, though, the healers do actually swap over to the Valks and are going to keep them pretty much full health, as they all fortunately don't hit a wall and do come over to the east side, taking out that Inferno, continue pushing through the base, and then he's going to bring in his Hogs and his CC Hogs through this little compartment right here. And you can see very little giant bomb threat down there on that south compartment, as the Hogs pretty much have their way to push all the way through that little moat and take out these bases, right? Because they have very good tanking there in the core, and, you know, they do actually eventually get shot at as the Valks are dying, but, you know, they have plenty of tanking there to be able to push to that little south moat and take out these defenses, as the Queen is going to walk around there to the north, taking out the rest of these buildings, with a little bit of cleanup down there on the south, taking out everything as well. So, you know, very pretty attack here to DeQuan, just doing a good job of, I'm assuming, adjusting on the fly and changing his raid up to to accommodate, right? And so everything's pushing through. Did lose all the Valks, but luckily he does have his queen still alive right here to push through, take the rest of these defenses down as cleanup takes down the rest of the base. Very nice attack, DeQuan. Next attack, we're going to come down to the town. Actually, we're going to show Ajay's here. Did have another triple coming in from Cass and Charlie. Cass mode being a town on 11, Charlie a town on 10. They both did it with Queen Walk little VaHo thing. Ajay doing the same sort of thing right here, and basically just going to, let's speed it up just a little bit. Basically just going to start his queen, and unfortunately she doesn't go the way that he wants, because most likely he wanted his queen to go to the south right here, right? But since she was able to reach that mortar without stepping around the corner, she is going to eventually walk around. Does hit a wall right here as she's trying to get to the CC troops. Once she gets hit, the CC is going to go down pretty easily to the queen under poison right there. And then she's going to go up north as that Tesla pops, right? That was what screwed him over right there. It's kind of unfortunate because she can't reach this air defense, and he doesn't want a wall breaker her in. He has the wall breakers for it. But unfortunately, she loses all her healers with that. But if you watch her, she's actually going to stay alive this entire raid, which is really crazy, as he's going to send in his king and the Valks all there from the south. Going to drop that jump over there on the east side, so where they don't go to the southwest compartment, which is funny because there's actually a wall missing right there, so they actually go anyway. So, a little bit, honestly, if he had realized that, he probably could have planned accordingly. And just not brought a jump, but it does actually work out in his favor. Not a big deal, as they have plenty of troops in the core and are actually doing very good tanking down here for the Hogs as well, as everything is pushing its way to the back side of the base. And look, the queen is still alive with nothing shooting at her up there, which is really crazy that she can lose her healers and stay alive. The Hogs are going to eventually have to path all the way back to that air defense. But fortunately, they are alive just enough to be able to get through those last defenses, and they're going to come all the way back around. I think they do die. Yeah, there's a giant bomb, so they do unfortunately die before taking it down, but he has plenty of Valks to be able to push through that and then get all the way back through the base over here to get this air defense taken down. So very nice attack there to Ajay. Beautiful stuff. Next attack, our last town on 10 attack, is Red Cloud going in doing a little queen walk. Man, everything was a queen walk VaHo, wasn't it? Just basically going to start the queen up there from the north side. You can see she has a nice easy funnel to be able to come down and go to that southeastern compartment. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He's going to wall break her in because you can see that there's very little threat to her over there. Does have the sweeper that's going to push the healers back, but once she takes out the two archer towers, very little threat to her. She can kind of just do whatever she wants. Going to get that poison down to get the CC killed, and then he's just going to take advantage of the free minion funnel right there and then send in his Valks. He does the two-finger style deployment, but they do come back together, going to that junction in that first layer. Is going to come through the base now. Going to drop that heal down. I don't like the heal, to be honest. It was kind of in no man's land. It didn't really catch the Valks in there long enough. But obviously, they're pretty much full health right here as they take out this last Inferno Tower. A few Hogs just to help out, be able to push down and take advantage of the full tanking, as the Valks and Hogs are all going to take out the south down there. Queen can pretty much reach most of the stuff over here on the southeast side, as the Hogs are going to help her out as well. And eventually, the cleanup is all going to take out the rest of these buildings as the queen busts through that wall. Actually, she took the jump. Wow, I did not realize that jump opened it. That worked out for him quite nicely as the base goes down really easily. So very nice tech there to Red Cloud. Next attack, going to come down to 13. This is Town Hall 9 attacks. We're going to have Fang going in here doing a queen walk GoVaHo, right? So, going to start his queen over here on, well, I think he starts on the northeast. Yeah, there she goes. Okay. And you can see she's going to have a really good job of being able to take out those first defenses and then continue around to the north. And that's going to do a ton for the Valk funneling here. Doesn't get that archer tower taken out, but luckily the golems are pushing in really nicely here. So he's going to have very good tanking here for his Valks as they're all pushing to the core. Going to get that heal down that's going to cover his Valks and let them continue to push through, keeping these expos tanked, allowing the queen to continue walking around right here. Hogs are going to go in, just some sprinkle Hogs on that archer tower. Like I mentioned, actually the wizards took it down, so it didn't really matter, didn't even need the Hogs, but obviously going to help out in the core as well, as those Hogs are going to come in from the south side, as he's going to basically just start his entire Hog deployment kind of taking his time. I guess maybe he saw the way the Valks were going and readjusted, because you can see that there isn't all that much tanking down there on the southwest. So he's going to wait for the Valks and the golems to come back around over here. And once that cannon is tanked, actually the queen can reach that, so he's probably, yeah, once that southeast or southwest cannon is tanked, he's going to send in the rest of his hogs down there to take out these last defenses. They're going to go down pretty easily with good tanking due to the hogs right here, as the CC Lava Hound continues to do absolutely nothing on his troops right there, as they're going to continue around taking out the rest of these defenses, as this wizard right here is beating through a wall and more cleanup wizards come down here in the south. Does have those 2 cleanup hogs that he drops down, which is always funny, but you know, very, very nice attack there to Fang, just doing it with an old school queen walk GoVaHo. Going to come down now to 15, where we have HR going in, doing a fresh CB LaLoon. A lot of times these bases like this, these more compact bases that we've gotten used to seeing in Farm Wars, don't get clear with Valks, and so it's better to hit them with a CB LaLoon a lot of the time. And you can see here, this air defense is really easy to path to, and instead of doing like a queen walk or something and being able to take out these 2 exposed air defenses, he is just going to do a CB LaLoon, as he's going to be able to take out the CC, the queen, and an air defense right here, and then have really good pathing to that other air defense up there on the north, where he's going to start his deployment from, his flight. As everything is pushing in, CC goes down, queen goes down. The king actually pushes further than he probably even imagined him going right here, as he's going to take out the that arch tower as well. The hounds, or sorry, the loons are now continuing to path in. Really the big thing about this raid as well, this one little pack of like 8 loons that splits off and takes out that wizard tower and eventually goes over to the Expo and Tesla and Archer tower is really the big thing that helps shape his flight, as the other ones are basically all exposed point defenses here, and then you know, everything is just going to sort of converge from that first edge of his flight here on this little Expo and Tesla farm right here in the core, as the last air defense is going to go down a little bit late on that with the hound popping. Probably could have gotten that haste down, but obviously, you know, he had good enough tanking while the hounds were still alive to be able to keep that wizard tower from doing any damage to his loons, as they're going to path around, take out the rest of these. And look, he just has an absolute ton of pups, and the way that the queen ended up walking around the base, she actually ends up staying alive the whole raid as well, which is really, you know, very cool. I'm sure he didn't mean for it to happen, but obviously it worked out in his favor. Beautiful attack. Next attack, and this is our final attack, we're going to come down to 19, where we have Anvil doing a stoned GoHo. Anvil basically just going to take advantage of free funnel here. Once that is starting to go down, going to drop his golems in and his queen and let them start doing their thing. Once the funnel is properly made, going to get that wall breaker in and eventually get his 3rd golem. There he goes. That is going to push nicely into the base. Once that's going in, going to drop that king down, as well as his, well, there goes the king, as well as you know, another couple of wizards as they're pushing in, going to drop that jump around. Unfortunately, they didn't really take the jump exactly how he wanted them to, because they don't actually get that double giant bomb taken out that's by the Expo. So unfortunately, the CC did slow him down, and the queen is kind of, you know, going around doing her own thing as she does. But as you can see, he notices that it is going a little bit too slow, so he does go ahead and drop that. Drop some hogs down there in the south, and their job is basically just to take out that double giant bomb. There's a little suicide pack of hogs right there, as his main packs are going to come around starting up there on the northeast. He does have good heal coverage for them as they take out that wizard tower, and he actually sees that the pack that started in the south is going to stay alive and only single trip that giant bomb. So he does actually drop that heal down for them, as the other pack is able to take out the rest of these defenses pretty easily here. And he was very good with his cleanup as well, getting these wizards down very early down here on the southeast, as everything else is working their way around up there on the north side, just taking out the rest of these buildings, as it is all going to go down for a very pretty 3-star there from Anvil. So very nice attack. Oh. Alright, looking at the stats, you can see that really, you know, 25-5 on the 3 stars is kind of the story of the war, right? You know, they're just kind of a 2-star clan. Looking at the stats page, you can see that, you know, we did have a slight disadvantage, but, you know, not enough that it really mattered. You know, we did use a decent amount of attacks on their Town Hall 11s, a lot of that being for practice, right? I mean, we had that Town Hall 11 triple, which is obviously impressive. We did have 6 Town Hall 10 triples, 2 of them come from Town Hall 11s, 4 coming from Town Hall 10s, and they did have 1 Town Hall 10 triple, which is very impressive. It was by a Town Hall 10 as well. And, you know, we did take out 3 of their Town Hall 10s fresh and 9 of their Town Hall 9s fresh, and they only had 1 fresh triple on our Town Hall 10, Town Hall 9, and it was by a Town Hall 10, so you know. And they did have 3 dips as well. They didn't really go for the 3 stars, to be honest. So, I mean, that's why they didn't use many dips, and we didn't have to have any. Our MVPs of the war is going to go to Exit, of course, for getting that Town Hall 11 triple. And defense going to Charlie, whose base held, I think it was 5 attacks, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, only just barely got the 2 stars. So, you know, very, very nice job of that being there to one of our higher Town Hall 10s. 6-star wars coming into Jimbo, Waxed, James, Castro, and Gabrus, with Castro and Gabrus doing it fresh, taking out their low bases. So, you know, very nice to have that on the team. And yeah, just kind of a generally all-around good war for us, and you know, good attacks coming in. It wasn't all just GoVaHos. It was a lot of good job breaking down bases. But anyway, guys, thank you to my clanmates as always for the good content, and thank you to all of y'all for watching. And until next time, guys, y'all take care. Peace.